Okay, hello everyone, and we're going to be talking about this Amazon Prime. Now, for those who know, Amazon Prime started a system where you got 20% off any brand new games you bought. And you had up to 2 weeks to take advantage of that and to apply to collector's editions. It was a really good deal, in my opinion. And also, anyone wondering about that, the window is messing with my camera. So that is why that's there. For anyone who's going to ask in the future. Anyway, it was a really good deal to me. A lot of people argued between it and Best Buy's Gamers Club system, which is also a really good deal too. But if you don't have a Best Buy in your local area, you had less advantages to take advantage of. But it was a pretty good deal. You had a lot of access. Plus, you got 2-day shipping, day one shipping. But there were issues at the very beginning that carried on even to now. Now, two of the big problems I had with Amazon Prime was getting the 20% to apply properly. Usually, when the game is priced normally, it wasn't an issue. Usually the only time it was when it was just first listed. Sometimes it took a while to get in the system. But when there were like price drops of games that were still for pre-orders from like $69.99 to $59.99 to like, let's say something just became $59.99 for whatever reason, but it was a pre-order. You had to manually contact them and get that fixed. And I had to done that a lot of times. I got a lot of nice savings because of it, but I had to also take the time to do that. The other big problem, and this is a problem I've seen universally with everyone, was the day one shipping. Basically, if you pre-order it, you will supposed to get the game on the day it comes out. But, definitely in my experience at least, it never gave that as an option and checkout. If you wanted that, you needed to pursue that. Now, I usually didn't do that because I usually did the waiting one that gets me digital credit or pantry credit or whatever credit it gives you. It's a system. Now, I'm going to talk about that when I'm talking about the Gamers Club thing. So, as anyone who's been following about Amazon Prime knows that they took collector's editions off this year, earlier this year. They took collector's editions off, so you can no longer get 20% off collector editions at all. That was a big strike, but it was still somewhat useful. But now they did something really bad, in my opinion. They took the 2 weeks that you could buy the game brand new and get 20% off gone. So now it has to be a pre-order and it can't be a collector's edition. And to me, they stripped a lot of the reasons to pay for Prime, in my opinion. Another thing that annoyed me with Prime was doing the waiting shipping. You don't get to choose what kind of little dollar they give you towards. They have their pantry. For during Prime Day, it was the only time I ever saw it getting credit towards furniture, and then digital credit. I would have liked it to always be digital credit, but it always seemed like I would have to build up $10 of pantry, and then I'd get some digital credit option stuff, and it's kind of shitty that way. It's so random when you use that system what you may get. But it's definitely recommended if you were going to take advantage of that system to always do everything individually, because you always got free 2-day shipping. So there was no reason to not do everything individually to take use of that. But with it being so random, you can't always guarantee it was going to be towards digital credit. You could use towards PSN, or like I used them a lot towards my PSN to not have to pay a lot for that. But, yeah, they kind of just tore out all the reasons for me to really like Amazon Prime. And I'm pretty much going to, and I have a box here. It's going to be another video I'm going to do right after this. Basically, I'm letting my Prime die. It's going to die a little after this year, and after that, I'm not renewing it. I don't have any plans to renew my Prime because I feel like Amazon really dropped the ball with this. Now, to be fair, Amazon encouraged competitors to do more stuff too. Like right now, GameStop is going to do a new Pro level to give you 20% off used games, but it's like in some kind of trial period, and it only applies to used stuff, which is going to be really floaty with GameStop in my opinion. I don't think that's going to be very useful. I guess if you do a lot of GameStop shopping and you purely do tons of used all the time, then that may be a value there. But, you know, that's like in some weird trial version now, so we don't know what's going on with that. Now, Best Buy's Gamers Club existed prior to Amazon Prime doing this stuff. And it hasn't changed anything very much as far as I'm aware. And I'm saying it offers 20% off new games. If you do trade in with them, you supposedly get 10% bonus trade in. You get 10% off pre-owned, which wasn't something you got off Amazon. You also got 20% off e-guides, which I highly doubt anyone here really cares much about. But now the thing I find that's going to be an interesting counter to me in this situation, now that Amazon has basically screwed over everything I found really interesting about its Prime service now. There's a point system with Best Buy where you get points and you can use them on video games, digital content, accessories, and stuff. You get 2 times the points when you're part of the Gamers Club. So you are building up points that you can just basically use for whatever the fuck you want, as opposed to doing all this random credit shit if you do the extra like week and a half waiting on shipping when you did any Amazon orders. You get special coupons, which is something similar to what GameStop does with Pro. You get extra points for trading in also. Not something I'll probably ever really use because I don't have a local brick and mortar store near me, so I can't really do that. Supposedly exclusive game offers. Redeem reward certificates on nearly everything in Best Buy. And points on gaming consoles, which I'm going to assume it means you earn points when you get consoles too. Don't know. Now there is a free and a pay. You get a 2-year membership for $30. Well, Amazon Prime was basically $100, $99 to be precise, for 1 year. So it's vastly cheaper. Has more benefits now as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I'm sure in some ways Amazon will still have its advantages, like getting niche games. I'm sure buying Vita games are probably a lot easier on Amazon than Best Buy probably. I can't imagine brick and mortar Best Buy's having a lot of Vita games. Hell, most brick and mortar stores barely have Vita games on their shelves anymore. But when it comes to the individual stuff, it all seems better. Especially for new stuff, and it still can apply to collector's editions as long as it's available through Best Buy, obviously, of course. That being the big handicap there is it has to be through Best Buy. But I'm going to try next year, I'm going to try Gamers Club. Or I might even try it this year, because to be honest, Prime's has been shitty. Like, there's few games I actually wanted to get, but right now I have for those who watch my gaming channel, you know, I've been doing a lot of streaming. I've been doing a lot of streaming this week because I had the week off. The plant shut down, so I had a week to do whatever I wanted to do. Caught up on some cleaning, organizing stuff, and getting some streaming, getting some videos made in that. But, so I have some stuff I couldn't really pre-order because, you know, I can't just spend all my money willy-nilly when I'm not going to, because this whole week is going to be my waiting week. And if you don't know anything about unemployment, every time, once every year, you have to have one waiting week. It could be 1 day, it could be a entire week, it could be a half week. But I got unlucky and I did not get a waiting week with, because we did have some shared work days. Those can be waiting weeks, but those were still within my previous waiting week. So my waiting week was up, and I needed a new waiting week, and that really happened. But I mean, it doesn't hurt me financially. It just means I can't really buy anything too willy nilly. But yeah, I'm probably gonna try Gamers Club either sometime near the end of this year or next year or that, because I've been not getting a lot of advantages for my Amazon Prime anymore. I don't really take advantage of the video thing. I mean, I watched a few little videos here and there, but I'm not a big movie guy. If there was a lot of anime, then I probably would be interested, but there isn't. Most anime you have to buy. There's very, very little anime you can watch with your Amazon Prime. I don't really care about the music, because, you know, I like a lot of Japanese music shit. That's not stuff you can really get on Amazon Prime. So, I mean, to me, all I'm really getting anymore from Amazon Prime is free 2-day shipping, which I don't really take advantage of because I do the digital credit stuff usually. My mother actually bought Amazon Prime, which I have no idea because I told her it didn't make sense when you could just use my account. But she has one, so what I'm thinking of doing in the very few cases of still, because I mean, I'm sure I'll still buy things because, you know, they get their exclusives here and there. And then there's, of course, you know, a giant array of stuff that I used from third-party people. So, I mean, it's not like I'll never use Amazon again. It's just, I was using Amazon really hardcore to buy a lot of brand new games. But it'll be basically just going back how it was before, where I would usually use it for third-party sales and maybe the few exclusives they get. But I'm thinking that if I am in that scenario, I can use my mom's Prime account for that. But that's how it goes. So overall, I can't really suggest Prime anymore. It lost its really nice advantages and threw them to the wind. And it's weird because I know you get a lot more with Prime if you like all the videos and stuff, but if you wanted it primarily for these reasons, I don't see any point in buying it anymore. I don't see a reason to get it anymore. So next year, I will probably make a video talking about how I think about the Gamers Club. I mean, I saved a very nice chunk of money, especially because the first portion, the huge chunk portion of it, we didn't get taxed in Missouri. But this year, they started taxing Missouri because apparently they built a warehouse in Missouri, which means now they have to tax Missouri or something like that, from my understanding. But we get taxed, so that was also an advantage that I got to take advantage of. Like when I bought my PS4 during Black Friday, the year before Bloodborne came out, no taxes. So, but in my next video, where we're going to talk about my way of getting something really cheap before I went on my week off, I'll be talking about how I get around that for this. But that's going to be another video. But those are my thoughts on Amazon Prime now. To me, it's dead. They ruined it. They destroyed it. They had, I mean, as far as I know, there was a lot of people taking advantage of it. Now, I know there were people who were mad. I didn't have too many problems with shipping, but to be fair, there was times where they did ship shit pretty stupidly. I mean, I've seen times where there's just a game laying in there with bubble wrap just on top of it instead of being wrapped around and shit. So, it'll be interesting to see if Best Buy does a good job. Because I know, like, NIS and PlayAsia, they do really excellent jobs wrapping their stuff for safety and that. So, but it'll be interesting to see what that is. I have heard, I remember when the Prime thing happened, a lot of people were still saying Best Buy was a good deal, which I could understand because you got the points and the 10% off used stuff. But, yeah, that's my thoughts on Prime now. You fucked it up, Amazon. Why are you fucking everything up? You were doing great, in my opinion. But hey, it'll be interesting to see what GameStop does with their new Pro system. It'll be interesting. Because I know they also did a thing where they did some retarded thing to get like 10% off a new game if you paid $10. I can't remember how it was. It was really fucking stupid. It was like months ago when that happened. That was really fucking stupid. But yeah. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, please leave a comment down below. And thank you for watching. Until next time, Thank you.